to scope and limitation, no? I hope di ra kay masabtan ra gyapon akong tingog sa medyo pagaw. So we have may online methodology. So we had scope and limitations. One atong last topic last time. So sorry. Okay, kasi tingog. Let me check. Okay. So I hope all groups are well represented here. And please log in your attendance. I'll give you 2 minutes to log in your attendance. I hope dili ra siya listen for you. Okay. So let's go back, no? So gusto lang ko mo ambak after the scope and limitation. Gusto ko mo ambak methodology na malay ko nga to if ko masayo. Gusto ko mo ambak nga rin sa forms, no? Kaya I think mas crucial ni siya because based on the consultations I had before intramurals, I think kailangan na yun na to i-discuss atong ambakan. So, first of the forms, ato lang subayo, no? According to their number. First is the guidelines. Klaro ra ang screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, here is the research proposal guidelines, proposal submission guidelines. I think I need to change this one. This should be CA 411. Proponents shall approach a research advisor. I believe tanan na ay research advisor and present an initial overview and title of the proponent's possible research topic. If the advisor is willing and agrees to guide the proponents on the research topic, then the proponents shall request the advisor to sign the advisor or advisor's acceptance document, which I will be presenting later. Proponents, this is the may purpose aning advisor's acceptance document. This is to protect both parties, no? This is evidence na idawat yun mo sa inyong advisor, no? Kay basin niya ang student ra kay baw nga advisor niya si Sir Ryan, no niya. Sa hunahuna ni Sir Ryan wa pa mo niya gidawat kay tungod na apay siya ipapangita ninyo nga data, no? Initial data to prove that your topic is really okay. No? So this protects both parties. In what sense, no? May protection ni Sir Ryan nga sige. I-protect siya ni Sir Ryan nga ma-blame siya sa students nga gidawat na daw kuno sila as advices ni Sir Ryan, and ikaduha mo protect sad siya sa students kay nga naman This ensures this is your evidence nga indeed gi-accept na mo ni Sir Ryan kay basin sa kadaghan og advice ni Sir Ryan makalimot siya nga advice day mo niya, no? So this ensures nga indeed gi-accept mo ni Sir Ryan as their advisee. But please take note, this is not a key, this is not an assurance nga Sir Ryan is thereby responsible for your project proposal, no? Daily si Sir Ryan daghan kasi kana siya example si Sir Ryan daghan sa kana siya gi-manage na students, possibly 10 groups, other 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 work as a professor sa department like handling subjects, daghan sa subjects, other works like other functions as a professor kay daghan mag-requirement ang professor, no, that is to have research work, to have extension, um ba, to have instruction, no. So daghan og function, and usa sa among responsibility included in the instruction is to have advisees, no. But mind you, kamo ang responsible sa inyong project study. You cannot manage everyone. Di siya ka keep track. We cannot assure, no? We cannot assure that Sir Ryan or any professor can keep track of your progress. You are responsible for your kuan. Kaya at the end of the day, kamo man ang dili makagraduate. Dili man si Sir Ryan, kasi si Sir Ryan graduate naman siya. This form only serves as an evidence nga indeed na amoy advisor, pero dili na me responsible sa inyong pace, no? Once in a while mag-follow up ug naunsa na mo, pero mo na siya dili man mi kapamugo sa inyong trabaho ug unsa mo kapaspas mo trabaho, or unsa mo kayaya mo trabaho, or unsa mo ka resourceful mo trabaho, and oppositely unsa mo ka kanang unsa ba, intelligent, no? Para magsaligra. I remember I had one group last year. Ako nagihatagan og topic. Ako nagihatagan asa mangita. Ako nagihatagan. But kuan, all the while I was expecting nga i-defense nila. Sige, nag-follow up nga mag-defense na. Awahin na sila. All the while I was sige itong move ang ilang defense, no, kay sa pangalan ni kanang na mga panelist nga dili available. All the while I thought nga inana na sila kaandam kay of all my groups, sila ang ako ang gihatagan og topic. Sila akong gihatagan og direction asa dapita mangita kinsa na mga researchers ang pangita. But at the end of the day, during the defense, wala ka deliver, no? Ako ga-expect ato kay akong groups nga naka-defense ahead with very minimal supervision. Grabe kayo ang performance, no? Kanang exceed expectation with ang performance ako ang mga groups, except for that one group magyatagan na akong topic daan, which in that case nasayangan ko kaya akong topic, ang topic nga akong gihata ganahan kay ko ato, ganahan kay ko i-push to, i-pursue to, but wala na hatagan justice. Anyways, item 2, proponents shall write a research proposal, no? So nga rita magdaog unsa mo ka resourceful, unsa mo ka kugihan, no? At the end of the day, if ang inyong topic specialization sa panelist, masangit yun mo if dili mo magkugi, no? Using the sayo pa niya ako pa ni update ha. Using the research proposal template, the students enrolled in the class will be oriented at the beginning of the semester on how to write the research proposal. This includes discussion on the content of the sections, which we already have discussed. How to search references, which we already have discussed. Proper referencing and formatting, which will be presented in Form 2 later. Proposals shall be written by the proponents with the guidance of the advisor. who is a faculty member of the department, no, you should have constant communication with your advisor kay maklaro na a defense if kuan kanang napasagdan ra ba, no? Even the formatting klaro na siya na napasagdan ra gyud ang estudyante. And even methodology, no? Ako stricto ko sa methodology. For my students akong tan-awon gyud ang methodology. Kaya nga ra gyud ka masangit. Proposals can only be submitted for a proposal hearing upon the endorsement of an advisor. So this, we have an endorsement sheet which shall be signed by the advisor. This protects the advisor. Base niya atat kay ang students kay na pressure na siya kay nahuman na ang semester, wa gihapon sila ka defense kay most likely tungod gaya iya sa mo trabaho. No, sorry for the terminologies gid ha, but that is the case gyud. That is the case. Dili man gyud ta ka blame ta mga maestra kay naam gyud na sa inyong kamot ang unang bulan, no? So inyohan na nang mapasa, ig magpa-schedule na mo. And naagyod tay timeline on the scheduling, no? So usahay madelay gyud na di gyud na malikayan kay tungod dili mag-abot ang mga panelist, no? Aside sa academic conflicts na pag-iuban nga na ay mga personal conflicts which is dili sad nato malikayan. Okay? So anyways, muna it is highly advised to submit your proposals a month before kay please note dili ra kamo ang defense, no? Daghan kaayo mo, pila mo ka groups. I think kuan mo ka groups 40. Amos mga 40 ka groups, imagine 40 ka groups. Anyways, an endorsement from the advisor, a signature from the advisor on the endorsement page indicates that the paper has been thoroughly reviewed by the advisor and is already a go signal from the advisor that the paper is ready for defense. No, unless otherwise, if di na mapirmahan sa inyong advisor, it means huwang pa na inyong trabaho, dili pa na pasar according to the standards of your advisor. But that doesn't mean if your advisor has signed your document, this doesn't mean nga pasar na siya automatic. That is still according to the standards of your advisor. And that's why we have a proposal hearing. Okay, we have to check, not necessarily nga kanang na isayo, but basically, naam gyud opportunities for improvement, no? Dili man gyud na tanan mabantayan sa advisor kay advisor daghan sa gi manage nga activities, daghan sa gi manage nga groups. Okay? So you cannot submit your document to me and Sir Abaw unless it is signed by your advisor. We cannot have it scheduled unless it is signed by the advisor. Proponents must submit a soft copy duly endorsed of the duly endorsed proposal to the proposal upload venue. We will have we will have an upload venue for your proposals to be uploaded. No, we'll also have a sheet for monitoring kinsa na ang naka-upload and kinsa na ang up for scheduling. Okay? And proponents will be scheduled for proposal hearing after only 14 days upon the upload of the proposal. So, dili mo ka kulit 14 days before, no, within 14 days. The undergraduate research coordinator, which is me and Sir Abaw, shall coordinate with the faculty members of the department or practicing civil engineers specializing in the field of the proposal for review to schedule the proposal hearing. We give at least 14 days for the coordination of the panelists, as well as to give time for the panelists to go over your document. So, wala siya. Samot magdungok na mong tanan. Di na gyud na lisod na gyud kay na i-review fully kay sunso na ba. Naagi days nga whole day, no? Morning session, afternoon session, defense straight. Mahurot ra ang adlaw sa panilis kay tungod mag-defense. That's a sacrifice we have to make. The thesis committee is composed of a qualified faculty member of the department and possibly a practicing civil engineer specializing in the field of the proposal topic. The committee shall include at least 2 senior faculty member, the thesis advisor, and the co-advisor if there's any, and a committee chair. We have a committee chair and 2 panelists at least. No? The number of invited guests outside of the department shall constitute of only 35%. So that's 1/3. No? So we have 1 committee chair and 2 panelists, and 1 could be outside of the department. Usahay mausab ni siya, usahay 2 ang outside because of the limitations on the schedule. These include faculty members and other engineering departments of the Cebu Technological University. Sometimes we tap the IE department, especially concerning or pertaining to management aspect like transportation or construction management. Each member of the committee shall assess and evaluate the proposal using the proposal rubric, which will also be introduced later. On the set schedule for the proposal hearing, all proponents and committee shall be present. But for the past hearings, usahay sa kalisod na gyud niya, usahay sa katayt na gyud sa schedule. Labi ng final defense. We go on na lang with the proposal hearing. At most yan ay duha out of the 3, no? So, but most of the time, we prefer yun nga kompleto ang tulo. Ano siya, mga worst case scenario na ni kanalaging kalangayan sa student. This semester, I will not tolerate, no? Dili na ni nato i-tolerate kay usahay mas matiknik na lang sa mga estudyante nga maglangay-langay ba. No? So, kanang di ko ganahan nga ang mga faculty na mapiit, ang mga faculty na mo adjust tungod galangay-langay ang mga students. While I fully understand nga loaded sad mo, you have to also understand nga kami niagi sad mi sa inyong kaagi sa una. No, nakaagi mi anang halos dili na maligo kay wala ni katog niya mabughat niya ang lawas, no. Kaagi mi ana sa inyong kaagi. Okay? So it's not a reason for you nga dili ka deliver kay kami tanan naka-deliver mi ana. And possibly mas lisod pa siguro among kaagi, no, but lahi-lahi man gyud tag case, no, lahi-lahi tag case, lahi-lahi tag specialization, lahi-lahi tag advisor. But nonetheless, pareho tag kaagi, but we were able to deliver, we were able to graduate on time and deliver our requirements and submit requirements on time. So mo nang dili ko ganahan nga ang panelist na noon ang mapiit, no. So please be prepared if ever dili mo mahatagan na og schedule, dili na mo kaapas, and that is because the langay-langay sa no. Sorry for the terminology, but mao gani ang kasagaran ni case. But dili sa gyud ko makaingon na na-fault ang maestro. Nasa cases na na-fault ang maestro. But in the first place, dapat offensive mo, no? Usahay malangay man din ang maestro, but offensive mo nga knowing this circumstance. Andam na tamudaan. Kaya nga naman, naamang gay upan nga maka-defense on time. Ma-compare din mo nga nganong kamuwa mo ka-defense on time. Mo na siya ang case. No? Mo na siya ang punto. Ma-compare din mo sa uban na groups nga nganong maka-defense on time. maka-deliver, ang delivery exceeds expectation. Ano siya ang pressure ninyo. So, uh, I'll try to coordinate with Sir Abaw. I'll see how things go for the proposal. But last year, nagsabot minimum hourly nga. For those who cannot defend within the first semester, then chances are daily maka-enroll for Project 2. So that means next year na sa mo maka-Project 2, you will have to wait 1 year. But let's see how things go. But that was what was agreed last year. Okay. Magsalig na lagi ang mga student paglangay-langay. I believe for some, sa intramurals, they took advantage of the intramurals to work on the thesis. But I guess many kay wasan nagbakasyon grandisan, no? So you have 2 weeks, you had 2 weeks to work on your thesis, which was intramurals last time. I believe na ay nangaten, but I believe daghan sad ang walay participation, no? And you have this week asking bakasyon. So you had 2 weeks straight to work on your thesis. But if you let the time mislide siya, then wala. Dili na siya. It's your responsibility man, no? So, ilan nag-iedad ninyo ron? The first year mo, 19, 20, 21, 22. Tiguang na kayo mo, 22. Ako, nagpasar ko sa 19, 20, 22. Nagpasar ko on board before I turned 22. Pasar ko at 21. Okay? Biyahin ako Manila on my own at 21. Did my requirements and other things at 21 all by myself. No? I was able to manage things. Anyways. Okay. Asa naman. The thesis advisor shall facilitate the proposal hearing session. The advisor shall not provide comments or defense during the hearing, and he or she shall rather take notes of all the comments and recommendations made the committee kay siya man ang makidiscuss the students right after the proposal hearing or at a scheduled time for you to meet ug unsa ang mga things to work on your research work, no? Obviously, dili siya mohatag comments and defense during the hearing because you as the proponents are the ones being graded during the defense. I hope that's clear. The proposal hearing is scheduled for 1 hour. But there are at times, especially kaning defense series nga daghan na gyud kayo students nga maglaundok na gyud ang schedule nga kana bitaw. Wala mabuhat ang panelist kundi i-clear up ang ilang schedule kay nagkapundok na. Wala mabuhat kay mo lagi na konsulti. Mapiit na ang panelist. Ang panelist na lang mo adjust. No? Kay tungod naglangay-langay ang mga students. All day. Pag 5 sa morning, 5 sa afternoon. Hago kay sa panelist, no? Usahay ang kaning 1 hour, amo na lang i-adjust o 45 minutes. As much as possible, we wish to have it 1 hour to fully scrutinize the research work, especially during proposal para walay ma-miss out. Kay masayang ang inyong effort. Masayang ang inyong kwarta nga mga gasto if dili ma-screen daan or dili komentan og daan ang inyong trabaho before it gets to be. And so may mas crucial din no kay basta niya paano niya ala kasayang wa din ninyo nakuha og data. No? Nga tunas final defense makitaan which is makaya rata og kuha, mausa rata og kuha nga data but then wa nakuha kay tungod shorten ang allocated time for the proposal hearing. Sagot ra? Bustamante?
Yes, Miss.
Bustamante. Okay. So here's the time allocation. We have 2 minutes for introduction of the proponents by the advisor. That is followed by the opening prayer. Please take note that if it is a different series, we only have one opening prayer. So if it's a morning session, we have one opening prayer. That is the first group during the morning session. And in the afternoon session, we have the group in the afternoon session who will give the opening prayer. Unless otherwise, there shall be no more prayer in the succeeding groups. We have 5 minutes presentation of the contents of the proposal. That is your objective, your framework or research design. And this shall be presented by only one of the proponents. Your objective, no? So you will present the objective. And this conceptual framework and research design shall already include the introduction, no? The very brief introduction. And so the introduction, the reason as to why the research was taken, no? The brief background, the brief important, significant background, the reason as to why the research will be taken or the importance of the research. Then followed by the methodology on how the objectives shall be answered. PowerPoint presentation or other similar um, PowerPoint kay basin kinaraan ninyo, maybe you will prefer kanang Canva or lain nga presentation tools diha can be used. No? Do not use Word. And this shall only be presented by one research proponent para lahos-lahos, why putol-putol. It shall be followed by a 35-minute interactive Q&A between the committee and the proponents and uh, regarding merits, deficiencies, or inadequacies of the proposals or other things that needs clarification. For this one, I highly suggest that you wear a name tag, no? Anong bond paper lang, yung butangin inyong family name. Kay not all of your components kay nakailan ninyo. Like for me, karon ra ta nag-abot sa project study, karon ra mo na under na ko, wala lain nga subjects, no? Wala na sa kong handle of structural sa pangalan nga sa mga external panelist, no? Dili gyud may kayo fully kaila dahil sa inyo except for those maybe under na ko as my advices who eventually I will have close interaction with. But for the other groups, dili gyud kay ta magkaila. So I highly suggest you put a name tag during your defense kaya ang grading on individual ability to answer is individual. And you will have 10 minutes. The proponents are asked to leave the meeting room for panel deliberation, formulation of resolution for improvement. That is, if this is approved or disapproval. 8 is a presentation of the research by the advisor to the proponents. Rating and approval guidelines. The reviewers, that is the thesis committee members, will be using a rubric for evaluation for 3 major aspects: research title, problem and reviews, research design methods, research project planning, and research documentation. The rubrics is presented in one of the forms, and that is ituyo na siya pag-present so that you would be aware on which points have major merits. No? Makita ninyo on how you will be graded kung sa nakita mo dapat inyong hang while it is well it is nindot outstanding ang inyong performance, you would at least also know on how to target, no? O sa may mga angin, mga bantayanan per parameter. For each specific dimension under a given aspect, a possible big grade may be given. For needs improvement, 2.1 to 3 partially meets expectation, 1.4 to 3 meets expectation, and 1 to 1.3 exceeds expectation. If a grade is below 2.0, then it means that that is something you have to revise. No? It means hagbong mo ana nga aspect. It should be that all grades should be 2 or 0. So this indicates nga sa thesis, your grade should be 2 or greater or 2.8. Asa man 2.8, I will discuss that later. So there would also be a panelist comment form which will be discussed later on. Um, this shall be the basis of the comments that you need to address. And proponents are given 2 chances to revise. The revised proposal for each um, primary reviewer shall be submitted to the coordinator 1 week after the proposal hearing. Or mas maayo na ning you approach the panelists no ug unsa ilahang mga comments and discuss directly to the panelists on how to go about or unsa ihang mga specific comments that you need to address. Dili na kay ni siya gi-practice labi na if there is time scheduled. Okay. A revised undergraduate proposal that still do not comply with the requirements will have an INC or CA 411. The INC shall be the INC. To replace the INC, proponents either propose another topic or undergo another proposal hearing in the succeeding semester or at a much later time when they are ready. Wala na usab. Naani siya item 8. I think wala pa siya na-save siguro. Item 8. In case of a redefense, no? I notice pangkod nga students become very lenient because even they have a redefense, they still get an opportunity to get a 2.0 and thus maka-honor with honors gyapon, which I think invalidates the notion of being with honors. If you are with honors, dapat outstanding unta imong performance as a student. But why man mo nagka-redefense? Meaning daily outstanding imong performance during your thesis, which is unta the culmination of all your courseworks during your bachelor's program. No? So, murag peak na ta siya, napas bukid, peak na unta siya. Pero nganong manoong nagre-defense ka. So meaning dapat hagbong unta ka na nga subject. No? So I remember during that time in San Carlos, if re-defense ka, automatic 3.0, meaning dili na ka with honors. So here, I have added item 8. If ever re-defense mo, then the highest possible grade, regardless if your re-defense has outstanding performance, then your highest possible grade would be 2.8. No? Kaya nga naman, nga muhatag maggood og mediocre nga performance during the initial defense. It's a waste of time for the professors nga nihit oras, and it shows you not giving your best, no? Not giving your best sa inyong first try, which is atong mo'y lapse na ko sa last year no ako ron gigahandle ani defense, which is lapse na ko last year kay it gives opportunities for students to give na mediocre output, no? Which in the case dili siya, wala mo git-train, wala ni hatag og training nga kamo unta naanad mo sa pangtrabaho na mohatag yun sa inyohang best pirmi, no? Well dili man gyud full best atong mahatag, pero at least you tried your best ba, dili mediocre ang inyong output. Okay, this will be reflective of your work ethics. No? This will be reflective of your work ethics ikatrabaho ninyo. And in return, mo-affect siya sa employability sa future graduates of CTU. So let's say, ni-graduate mo karon, no? Lada ninyo ang inyong work ethics nga bagdoy-bagdoy mo. In the end, ikatrabaho ninyo, madana sa inyong workplace, no? Nga tag og panso mo alas 8, punch out mo alas 5. Yes, during your trabaho, mga wagtang mo, wala mo sa opisina, mga tuog pa mo sa opisina. That gives very poor ethics or work behavior, no? Dili mauyon ato ang trabaho atong amo ana nga gatrabaho og tarong sweldo. Nya kamo gahatag mo og kuwang sa iyahang giangay ihatag sweldo ninyo. Dili mo muhatag og extra effort kay tungod 8 to 5 ra inyong pansyo. Nya imbis na amoy apasunon nga deadline ig-abot ninyo sa inyo ha dili sad mo magtrabaho kay wala mo hatagig OT sa inyong balay. Which is technically okay ra siya but it does not show excellence, no? It does not show nga you are able to deliver what is asked of you. Inana siya. So, in the end, kung sa may mahitabuan na, ang inyong employer matagam. Ang inyong employer matagam. Kung sa may resulta na niya. Ug makatilaw na og taga CTU, dili na mo hire og taga CTU. Kay ma-generalize na nila nga inani di ay ang trabahan, inani di ay civil engineering graduate sa CTU. Gusto mo nga inyong mga senior ingnan na ang gibuhat nya kamo di na noon mo ma-hire tungod na anay gaon na ninyo nga bati mo trabaho. Baay? Gusto ka baay?
Dili means
Dili, no? So, una, atong i-practice nga kita diri magtinarungta well in the BS we strive hard for excellence, no? Ang logo, ang notion na basta itong eskwelahan, a premier university niya, di ay ang output di ay sa mga estudyante kay kuan mediocre. Let's not have that. In the first place, you are all scholars, no? Dili na to ipakita nga ang scholar inani di ang output sa usa ka scholar, no? Dili na to ipakita nga ang usa ka scholar sa gobyerno kay bagdoy di ay, no? So dili gid mo ka pinpoint na mo kay Ma'am Aurie and I are scholars. Ma'am Aurie is a kuan so good sa BS a Boite scholar. Sa masters is a WRC scholar. Sa PhD, DOST, ARDT scholar. Sir Abaw is a DOST scholar, ARDT sa masters. Sir Ryan, DOST, ARDT scholar sa masters. Ako, BS Metrobank scholar. Masters, Taiwan Government scholar, PhD, NTUST scholar, no? Wala gyud tay, as you can see, we are all striving our best to deliver, no? So, makita siguro ninyo nga, di ko may motong o mamay kay ikaw, kay sige klase-klase, no? So, as much as I try, no? So, karon ti leave kay nako, pero nagklase ta kay, di ko ganahan, behind na ta, no? Ganahan ko nga, mahatag na nako tanan, dapat ninyong mahibawan, do, technically, nahatag na nako in advance. Pero wala gini with conflict and schedules kay daghan kita yung responsibilities diri sa eskwelahan. Mas as possible di ko ganahan nga mag-mediocre ang inyong output kay di ko personally sayangan yun ko sa kwarta nga magasto. Sayangan ko sa inyong hago, no? Ang inyong mahatag niya at the end of the day ma-shelves ra ang inyong trabaho. Munang akong gi-push ang mga previous na ko students na publish na to inyong trabaho, at least man lang. If you try to pursue masters, usa na siya ba? Usa na siya kapuntos on your application for your BS work, you are able to publish your work. No? So, it's a plus points for you, and it's 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 kuan sad siya, plus points lang dili sa inyong masters na application, but also when you find a job, knowing that you were able to deliver a really good research work, it means that you are able to do very good. You're very diligent in your work. You're very resourceful. You really did your best. Excellent work. So it's a reflection of you, of your culminating activity sa school. Okay? Okay. I hope that's clear. Is it clear, everyone? Hello. Okay. Kill.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
So let's
ma'am.
go to
Yes, ma'am.
Form 1. Here's Form 1. This is the advisor's acceptance document or form. No? So this is Form 1. Form 1. So you have here. Ilisi lang good ni sorry kay isa. Ilisi sa good ni 411. Wag ko ka ilis. Anyways, right here, the name of the students, as indicated in the previous meeting, this does not need to be alphabetical. The sequence of this is based it's ang advisors acceptance document mangod dili pa manggod mahibaw-an ug kinsa ang nagtrabaho ug maayo, no? So if na-indicate na ninyo ug kinsa gyud ang inyong lead or kinsa ang grabe og trabaho, then pwede na ninyo mabutang diri as the first student, no? But again, this does not need to be alphabetical. Your advisor would sign here and the date sign indicating this is the date that they have accepted you as their students or advisee. If you had a co-advisor, also have them sign here. You submit this, we will have an upload venue so that your coordinator will sign this, meaning the coordinator has noted that indeed that you have an advisor, and this shall be approved also by the chair. So this is Form 1. Claro, Form 1? Form 1, claro?
Klaro, ma'am.
Okay. Let's have Form 2A. Form 2A is the endorsement. No? So, mao na gyud ni ang first page sa inyong proposal document. No? So, here are the list of the students. Ang arrangement of the students nga rin, mahibaw-an na gyud nato kinsa ang nanrabaho. No? So, the first student shall be most likely the lead and followed by the other two. Please take note that this shall not be the alphabetical. This can be really in the same sequence as Form 1. No? Then you have the signature and the date of endorsement of your advisor and co-advisor respectively. Why is this the first page? Because only ang tanawon sa coordinator indicating that indeed this document has been approved by the advisor and thus is ready for scheduling and proposal hearing. Claro? Form 2? Form 2A? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Without the endorsement, dili mo mahatag ang schedule. Okay. Then we have Form 2B. Form 2B. This is committee approval. Dili ni siya mapirmahan. As you can see, proponent's sequence is still the same as Form 2A. And we have here your committee chair. date of approval, and your committee member, date of approval, your thesis advisor, and co-advisor. So, kanus aman ni ang committee approval. This is at the end of the tunnel. If mapirmahan na ning committee approval sa tanan committee members, it means that your proposal is already approved and that you can proceed with your experimental work or sorry, implementation. Please take note, ayaw sugod og trabaho o walay approval. No? Na ay case last sem. Wala pa siya na schedulean, wala pa sila na schedulean o proposal schedule. Pero gauna-una nagtrabaho. Unya, himuon siya og paluoy nga card ba nga. Ma'am, nagsugod na mag mig trabaho ani-ani. Giingnan na mo ta daan nga og walay approval dili magsugod og trabaho. So kinsa man ang kinsa may gabot-buot pa magsugod na mo trabaho nga wala pa man na napirmahan. No? Kay tungod apiki na mo sa oras kasugod na mo trabaho dili na rason kay in the first place na apiki mo oras kay tungod gadungay langay mo nya karon inyong himuon og pakiluoy kay tungod nakagasto na mo dili no ang ending disapprove ganito ang topic kakaskas ug oras gidamay pa ang amahan naluoy ko sa amahan kay gasugod na gasto gasugod na og tabang no kay kana laging desperado na ba no so when will the panelists sign after your proposal hearing na ay mga comments and suggestions you approach your panelists na ano yung mga revisions to be made, you revise their comments, you revise the paper according to their comments and suggestions. And then, once the panelist is okay with your work based on their required revisions, then they will sign here. You get the signature from all your panelists, and that's okay na, no? But please take note, before mo nakapasign sa panelist, anina, no? So, mukuha mo og comments and suggestions based on panel 1. The same for panel 2 and the same for panel 3. You revise, di man na ninyo nga, ang ako ang papel, ako siyang buhaton, ang revision based on panel 1. Kaya magpa-revise ko magpa-sign ko ni panel 1. Kaya move on to the next panel, then move on to the next panel. Dili na siya anak. Ang inyong buhaton, kuha mo og comments sa tanang panelist, tulo ka panelist. Kausaon na ninyo revise. Please take note, kausaon na ninyo revise. Before mo pa-check sa inyong panelist sa tanang revisions, magpa-check pa mo sa inyong thesis advisor. Mupirma technically una diri inyong advisors before mo sign ang panelist. Kaya nga naman, this indicates mura siya endorsement pa, no? This indicates nga na-check na sa inyong advisor ang tanan ninyong revisions. This means na limpyo na og check initially sa inyong advisor. Dili in town ang panelist mo ay palimpyohon og check, no? Kay labad kay na sa no na agyoy uban advisor nga dawat limpyo ra gyud nga ang panelist na palimpyohon. Ang panelist na ipahatagon og pamaagi unsaon pag-answer naanay changes based on the comments of panel 2 and panel 3. Nga naman, and if ever mo approve na ay nagpan. Please po unmute. Okay. So, para na si panel 1 makahibaw na unsay changes na buhat para sa revisions ni panel 2 o panel 3. And please take note, if na kayo, pirma na si panel 1 and panel 2, but si panel 3 na apay gipausab, please inform panel 1 and panel 2 on the changes being made as requested by panel 3. Kaya nga naman, para dili magkagubot. Example, no? Example ha. Tinuod na, kung gubot yung kayo tong nahitabo pag final defense. This is the group of Hortelano. I don't know if kailan mo nilang Hortelano. Ang ilahang topic was car-car intersection. No? Ang initial proposal ni ng Hortelano was traffic light on car-car intersection. Ni-approve na si panel 1, ni-approve na si panel 2. But si panel 3, nagpausab siya. Iyang gipabuhat og rotunda. No? Iyang gipabuhat og rotunda. Which, in that case, dapat in agreement unta ang tunog kapanilis, no? Or informed daan unta ang tunog kapanilis. So, ang gibuhat ni group ni Hortelano, rotunda. Kay based on the comments of panel 3, kay ni perma na si panel 1 and panel 2. Ang ending, pag final defense nagkagubot, kay ang gipresent nilang Hortelano, ang rotunda, pero ang gipangita ni panel 1 o panel 2, ang traffic light. No? Kay nga naman, silang Hortelano, wa nagpahibaw ni panel 1 and panel 2 na naay gipausab niya. It was a major change because maogi gusto ni panel 3. No, nga dapat unta masturyaan to if inana ka major change on the methodology. So, wa nagsaba ang students nga naay major change. Na-shock na lang ang uban panelists nga maunay nahitabo. So, ang ending, pagka-final defense, perting kubotan, no? Kubot tayo. So, mauna, if there are panelists nga nakapirma na based on the comments or the revisions or the paper that they have signed, please inform, no? Please inform the other panelists nga nakapirma na on the revisions nga gi-request pa sa mga wala pa nakapirma. That is very crucial. And I hope that will not happen again. Katupag yun ko kasuway ato sa kadugay na ako sige handle aning defense, no? May proposal or kaning thesis, even sa San Carlos, ako'y tag-handle. Ato kasi ko kasuway ato. Gubot. Nasa gay ka na magbuot pa. Hindi nasa na ito, malikayan. Ato. That is Form 2B. And let's have Form 2C. Kutob lang sa ito, Form 2C, guys, ha? Kaya murag, nahurot na gid akong tingog, but you can proceed on reading Form 2D, which is already the actual, no? Ang kani siya kay substitution na lang ni siya, mabasa rin yun yung derivative. We can discuss this next week. Next week, Friday. But, pwede na gyud ni ninyo, nahatag naman tanan, formatting na lang yun, kaya ang kuwang na to, ani. Nahatag na ni tanan, you can start and maybe when I discuss, you can have a little adjustments on your work from this, what has been discussed. So, Let's proceed with Form 2C. Okay, ako ni iabot diri kay mao gyud ni akong nabantayan based on the consultation that was made before in cameras. Guys, heads up lang di ay. Larga ko og Malaysia. My flight is Monday sa adlaw. I'll be leaving for the airport Sunday sa gabi. Abot ko Monday. I'll be attending an activity 7 to 9. And on Friday, that's 10, I'll be leaving, I'll be flying back to Cebu. My flight is 10 to 1 naman siguro. Diha dapita. Anyways, I'll try to find internet para makaklase ta while I'm at the airport. Ha? But I'll try my best to find a spot nga makaklase ta. But heads up na lang daan kay basin yung maghibog mga wa na sa klase. No? So, please don't waste your time. No? Salig lang mo way klase, di lang sa mo magtrabaho. Please don't waste your time. Kay di ko ganahan nga maalangan tayo. So already December. And by next month, it's expected that you will be doing your proposals, your hearings. Anyways, balik ta. Form 2C. Next to your Form A and Form B. The start, no, mao gyud ni ang tan-aw. From Form A, and back sa Form B. So, here is your title. The title shall be concise, that is brief, however accurate, summarizing and reflecting the focus of the proposal research. Title case shall be observed when presenting the title. So, I mean, title case. Pareho aning word nga title case. The first word of the first letter of each word of the sentence is capital. Example, no? Mechanical properties of fresh and hardened concrete hollow blocks containing limestone aggregate. This is title case showing that each letter, by first letter of each word is capital, except your articles, which is and, no? Which is dili capital kanang mga and, or, at, the, no? Except at the first one, except sa first letter, except the first letter of the first word of the sentence. So dati. Please notice, no? It may not look concise, but this is the most concise it may get because this is accurately summarizing and reflecting the focus of the proposal. Your topic is THB with limestone aggregates. And you're focusing on mechanical properties, both of the fresh and hardened state. So that is your title. And the names, the orders shall be the same. No? The order shall be the same. The form 2A and B. No order of presentation shall be consistent in all forms, except advising form. No? Kay wala pang takibaw o kinsay napakitang gilas diha dapita. Next objective. This research project aims to study blank. That is, observe problem, situation, or systems. No? You have a situation that you want to address. You have a problem, no? Which was the first activity that we have, identifying a problem, or the systems or procedures that you may wish to further improve. The objective of the research work are to blank. You are to use active verbs. No? That is to investigate, determine, analyze. No? Specify the object. No? What are you trying to investigate? What are you trying to determine? What are you trying to analyze? Include a performance context if applicable. No? So how do you measure? If there's a way to measure the performance, then include. So example, investigate the what, the effect of water to cement ratio on what performance index, workability of fresh concrete. No? So this is your verb. You are trying to investigate what is your object of what, effect of water to cement ratio, and do you have a performance context? How do you measure? What is your means of measuring the effect of water to cement ratio? The effect of water to cement ratio is investigated upon its workability on fresh concrete. No? Fresh state, the workability. Okay, so ano siya? This answers this this part here, no? Fresh properties, because you have here fresh concrete and you can only measure performance of workability during fresh state. So please take note. The verbs here used are evaluate, determine, analyze, investigate. Dili siya direct to the point nga muhatag og answer. No? Investigate, meaning you are doing an in-depth study. No, dili ra ka mo inon. Sama. To know, no? To know, dili siya to know the, sama, to, sama, example ha, dili to know. Unsa man ang example? Example ha, determine gihapon, determine. To determine the strength, no? Determine the compressive strength. Determine the compressive strength of CHB with water to cement 0.5 to determine the strength. Unsa may makuha ana nimo to determine the strength of water to cement ratio with 0.5. Kung may nakag to determine the strength, imong answer is definitive. No, may nakag determine the strength, may nakag the strength acquired is 2.5 MPa. Period. Maura na. Na-answer na imong objective. But is it a good working objective? Unsa may naa og 2.5 ang imong strength. So what? Unsa may imong nakuhaan na? Wala. Niingon ra ka nga 2.5 ang imong strength. Walay further discussion kay mao may imong pag-state sa imong objective. Nga makahibaw ra ka pila ang strength. Kagets mo? Kagets ra Valiente?
Yes, miss.
No? So, daghan og sikyat dari sa objective. Ang ilahang objective only answers and only gives a specific value to answer the objective. No. Our objective should be well-rounded in such a case that your answer is a discussion and not a one value na answer. No? It's a discussion. So when you say your objective is to investigate the effect of water to cement ratio, so meaning you have different water to cement ratio, you have different answers to slump. No? So daghan kag answers and you are trying to discuss, you are trying to check, you are trying to investigate unsa gyud the effect on the varying water to cement ratio. Unsa may buot pasabot sa trends on the different slump nga akong nakuha. Mo na ato ang objective. No? So as much as possible, I highly suggest three objectives, but sometimes because of the objectives being kuan gyud ka ng lump na kay ang objective, I would accept to, but it depends on the anong context of the objective. Kay usa ka objectives daghan na kayo discussion ni nana siya. So we'll accept two, but as much as possible, give at least 3 to 4 para malimpyo sa inyong advisor. Napay ako ang nabantayan during consultation. Ang objective nila dili na within their scope. No? Example, transpo no, or flooding. Ang flooding, ang flooding objective is to construct, to construct, ay kuan, to construct um, better drainage systems in Mandawi. Example lang na, no? Akong pangutana, kamo day mo construct ana. Daghan kay mo budget nga kamo gyud mo construct. No? Please, please make your objectives realistic na dapat within our scope, no? Mostly manggod sa ato ang topic labi na transportation or water. Our studies are aimed to back up policy making. So we make our studies in such a way there is evidence. Okay, present na to ani sa LGU. There is evidence nga dapat di ay padak-an ang ato ang drainage. Dapat di ay magbuhat tag routine maintenance. Ang kani nga evidence atong i-present sa mayor, atong i-present sa kinsa pa ng opisina diha para sila ang mubuhat sa balaod. Sila na ang mangayo og budget ngadto sa gobyerno nga ma-construct, ma-reconstruct na ang drainage system. Dili kita ang mubuhat sa objective nga mo reconstruct, no? Ang ato ang purpose is we have objectives that will in the future support policy making. Pasabot ta. Mauring, pasabot ta.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, you may feel na, ma'am, imuha man downgrade ang mga objectives. No, I'm not downgrading your objectives. I am just making it realistic and more research grounded, no? Because at the end of the day, TE Project 1 is project research project, and it's not policy making, it's not governance. We aim to have research outputs that would potentially be of use to policymakers or whoever that may benefit, may be of use to the community. So my atong target. Okay, I hope it's clear. Project duration, please indicate here the expected duration of the study. This is based on the schedule that you have created. No? This will be discussed next meeting, but you can go over to the document as stated earlier. So, atong start ani is so good sa September and mo end by June. No? And also your projected cost. This also should be reflected here. Okay. The panelists would also scrutinize if dili ba dako ra kay inyong projected cost, especially if there are no DOST group members in the group no kay basin niya dako ra kaayo ang inyong scope mo nang dako ra sa kay inyong projected cost. Maybe we could uh, lower down your scope so that your projected cost is not as expensive. I hope that's clear. And that's it for today. Are there questions from the group? We'll discuss Form 2D next week. Are there questions from the group? Sorry, kay klasa sa'yo ka itong klase. Hello, sorry. Um, Are there questions from the group? Hello? No questions? Okay. If you have questions nga later na mo makarealize nga na may question di ay please na lang ko comment on atong stream no sa ato ang dili na lang kay di kay ko tag-check diha maglisod sa kog access using my mobile. Please na lang kog ask questions sa ato ang general GC no. For those under me, please na lang sa kog ask if you have questions nga directly related to our topic and not for the general concern to the GC nato. Okay? Thank you everyone for your time. If you have questions that can be addressed based on the my discussion earlier, please don't hesitate to ask. No? Ask them in the GC kay pasinyag kanang una concerns at siya sa inyong other customers. Thank you everyone and have a great weekend. God bless. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Dam.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Okay,
ma'am.
ma'am.